What's going on, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? This is Q Nice, and this is SATV, the network. Sitting here with me right now is some good brothers of mine, some really good brothers, real cool cats. Smooth Approach is in the building. Jeff Tight, JD,
Yo.
Big L, and of course,
What's
missing right
happening?
now is my man Kerry
What's
Willis.
up?
What's going on, fellas? So good to see y'all, man.
Yeah, you
Hey.
too, man.
What's happening with y'all?
Hey, man, just chilling. Good to be seen right now.
Yes, sir.
Well, it's good to see y'all, definitely, man. So this is a very special occasion for us all because there's some material that's being released, and that's why we're here to talk about it. And also, there's an album in the works as well, and we want to talk a little bit about that, but mainly want to concentrate on the single and what you guys have been up to. So let's first start with that. Jeff, let me go to you first, man. I want to ask you what's been going on, what you've been doing. This has been a long-awaited hiatus. Everybody's been on, now you're coming off of that. But what's been going on with you?
Oh, man, I've been staying busy over the years, just producing, working with some of the tops in the industry, staying relevant. That's what's been going on with me. So I think it was time to come back and bring some of my own music and the group that started it all, bring some relevancy back with them since the door is open. So why not all of us going and walking in there?
Right. Now you've also done some work with one of the Jacksons or the Jackson family, right? The Jackson family.
Yes, I actually worked with all of the brothers on their comeback.
Wow.
And
okay,
one of the nephews.
That's what's up.
That came out, and yeah, that was a good experience.
That's good. All right, I'm gonna drop over to my man JD for a minute. JD, good to see you, man. So glad that you can make it here for this interview, man. What's up? What's been going on with you? We miss you. It's great to see you.
Yeah, thanks so much, man. Just staying busy, taking care of business, taking care of family and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, just doing my thing, still singing, definitely doing some of that, keeping my voice, right where it needs to be, so I can actually be able to produce some of these tunes coming out of my voice, man. You know what I'm saying? Be able to stay on, keep the voice fresh and still stay relevant, man. But overall, just blessed to be here and just glad to be able to take care of my fams, man. And, everybody's getting a little bit older. We are too, but we're still here, man. And we back with another nice setup, man. A nice, nice project, man. It's going to be nice, man. I feel positive.
Nice situation. Indeed. Yes. Good. Thank you so much for that, man. And
Yes,
on
sir.
down to my man, Big L. Big L, what's going on, man? How you been? It's great to see you. We miss you.
Good to see you too, man. Just grinding. Been doing a little bit of writing, working on a few my own projects over the years, and just glad to be able to come back and get back in the studio with these guys. This is where it all started, so it was a good feeling, and just taking care of family, maintaining. That's it.
That's good. Several times you guys already have mentioned, staying relevant or being relevant. And anybody can answer this question. Was staying relevant and being relevant, is that what prompted you guys to want to come back and do something for all of your followers, all of your fans?
Well, to be honest with you, it's a strange situation because even though we haven't been in the public eye for a while and performing, you'd be surprised that the group is actually still relevant. And it's strange how it's relevant. It's been relevant through song placement. People didn't heard the group and don't know we on the big TV show. The relevancy there is we're there. Like, who's these cats in the background here? You know what I'm saying? So I think us once being in business already, there's always a place to come back in if you choose to do so.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. Now, you guys have done so much over the years, and if my understanding is correct, you guys had a placement in a TV show, or was it it was a TV show, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
it was Grownish, the big spinoff of
Okay.
Blackish. So
Yeah.
they actually took our biggest hit, which was Never Enough, and used it in that particular episode. Was concentrated on a 90s theme. They had a 90s party.
Nice.
And
Nice.
the producers heard our record and felt it was relevant for that time. So that was
Indeed.
pretty cool.
Mhm.
I mean, that was a big record, across the country, and having a big record like that across the country, coming out with a really solid, wonderful, and great album. JD, how does that make you feel? When that process started to take place, and Never Enough, blew up and got as big as it did.
Well, it's funny you say that because I always, out of all the songs we did at the time, I always felt Never Enough was probably one of my favorites. It just had, that mainstream vibe at the time, what was happening. And, it ended up, like you said, being, our biggest hit to date. And, that hit is just a feel good song, man. It's,
Mhm.
of those songs that everybody can relate to from 6 to 75. I mean, it's it's there, man. And it's one of those happy songs. It's one of those songs that everybody can just get up and kind of, just do the 1-2 step with it. I mean, and it's a great feeling. And it was even a greater feeling performing the song.
Right.
A greater feeling to see everybody get up and dance to the song, and people were hand dancing, and I mean, it was a great feeling. The stages where, we saw a lot of that, we were performing the song. We saw a lot of people and how they responded to the song, which really, made us feel good about ourselves as a group and what we were doing. We
Mhm.
definitely had a purpose and a place. And that was a great feeling to have, you know what I'm saying? So just blessed
Indeed.
to do that, man. It's always a blessing to.
Indeed. Big L, same question to you, man. Like, your thoughts and feelings. Never Enough is a song that's blowing up across the country. Album comes out. What were your thoughts and feelings at that time?
I felt like wow, we're out, everybody is able to be a part of what our minds came together and we're able to, put together and create, and people were enjoying it, they're dancing to it, hearing yourself on the radio was like, for me, that was something I always dreamed of doing, was being an entertainer, and to finally like hear, my voice along with, my brothers, and then, performing the song and seeing the reaction of the crowd, and then them being able to put faces with the voices and just the whole thing coming together. It was a great feeling. It made me feel sort of like we had arrived, but we weren't done yet, because there was so much more inside us that we wanted to get out
Right.
there, that the world needed to hear. So that was just like first, step one of many to come.
Step one of many to come, indeed. So,
Q, I want to
yeah.
jump in and say
Yeah.
two strange facts about that record, Never Enough.
Yeah.
The first strange fact is that it was really a throw-in song to a couple other songs that we did with a producer named Kevin Flournoy. Shout out to Kevin. It was a throw-in song because the song we thought was going to be the huge hit was called "This Time for Love." So that's the song we was hyped about. The second unknown fact is that we recorded that song in one take, like the old days. We had
Wow. Okay.
Kerry was on one mic, and we was on another mic, and that actually was a one take song. And then you remember we went through the process of going and trying to recreate it with the Percy Larkins and make it big, because that's what the industry was saying. And then after it was all said and done and Lynn Tolliver picked the record, we stripped it all the way back down to that one take that we did, and that became the record.
Shout out to Lynn Tolliver.
Indeed, facts.
So I want to talk about one of the cats, of course, that's not here with us right now, and that's Carrie. And I just want to get from each of you really quickly. JD, I want to start with you. Then I go to Big L, then go to Jeff Tight about Carrie's involvement in the group and how important that is. JD?
Yeah, we're all brothers. I mean, we all have pretty much, been through this whole thing for over 20 years. The first person I met was Jeff, and Jeff, brought me in, accepted me into the whole swing. And then we decided we were going to, try to do some recording. Carrie was in San Diego, California, or Oceanside, California to be exact at the time. And we were going to California to cut some songs. And Lawrence, we actually, had him to come along in that process of us actually recording these songs. So, Carrie's involvement from the very beginning is very integral. I mean, if there's no smooth approach without either one of us four. I mean, we're all equally important in this group, and there's no smooth approach without Carrie. There's no smooth approach without Jeff. There's no smooth approach without Lawrence. I mean, we all collaborate together. I mean, everybody's voice, it makes the blend in the songs and the production that we do. And so that's very important, man. I mean,
Indeed.
Carrie is very important to the group. And
Indeed.
So that's, this is my take on that one. Yeah, man.
Okay. Big L, going over to you, same question, and Carrie's involvement.
Carrie's involvement was very integral. It was really the cement that sealed me in it, because I knew JD could sing, and JD brought me to Jeff to audition for the group because I wasn't in at the time. They had another individual who was on his way out to California with them, but at the last minute, he decided he wanted to do some other things. So, they brought me in, auditioned, and actually when I met Carrie, I was able, his voice is something special, like you got your R. Kelly's, your Charlie Wilson's, your different voices. Carrie's got his own voice, and it's special. So
right.
When I heard it and I met him, I was like, I'm in. And then he was like, when he heard me, he was like, yeah, he'll do. but like I said, it all comes together. And like JD said, there is no smooth approach without the four of us.
Right. That's right. Indeed. Jeff, moving over to you, man. Carrie's involvement.
So Carrie's involvement was inevitable. Me and Carrie started singing in groups since fourth grade. That's where we met, singing in groups back then. But every group I've been a part of, whether it was singing, we had our little Hula Boys group. Carrie was the one cat that was the lightning rod. So he had the personality that you kind of need in outfits like that. And by chance, because when I met Junior and JD in college, I had some other guys that we were singing with. And it was pretty decent, but the formula wasn't there for the next level. Mm-hmm. So in a chance reunion during Carrie's mom's wedding that summer, before we went to LA, that's when we reconnected, and he had let me know he was still into singing and trying to do some things because he had just got out of the military.
Okay.
So I was started thinking about what would be a way that we can incorporate him back. We actually cut that It's On demo while he was here. And at that time, that's when me, him, JD, and the other fella that Lawrence was mentioning, when we went to the studio, it was like, okay, this could be the formula for us to go to the next level. So one thing led to another. When we went out there, once the other guy didn't go, Lawrence had already been filling in with us. Once we got out there and was going to work on the contracts, the group was locked. Everybody was in California, so I think it was meant to go down that way. Then eventually he ended up relocating back to Ohio, and it took off from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
There's been so much that's been going on that you guys have done, from all of the different shows from across the country, touring, recording songs, and all of those wonderful things, TV stuff, and now coming back together, especially in a time like this with pandemic. Oh, and by the way, Happy New Year to everybody. Happy New Year to
Yeah,
everybody.
Happy New Year to you too.
Happy New Year.
And coming
Yes,
back
sir.
now to release this single. Tell us a little bit about the single. Jeff Title, I want to start with you.
well, the single was called "Everybody Wants My Girl," and of course, when you start a project, you don't know what song's going to be a single. Any of the songs that we recorded could have been a single, but something about the whole totality of the "Everybody Wants My Girl." It's a good song to start off with for us to come back. Everybody sings the lead on the song. We got the visuals and everything. So I think it's a great record. Shout out to my girl, Brenda K. Pierce out in Cali, who penned the lyrics to that, but she's written for El DeBarge, a lot of work with Greg Williams. So she fell in love with the track, gave us the lyrics. She can't wait to meet El, because she says every time that part comes on with his voice, she gets a little, I don't even want to say the word because we own SATV. I think we got the right one from her reaction.
Okay.
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 Right. So, JD, your thoughts about the single, man?
Well, like Jeff said, any one of the songs that we went in and actually, recorded could have been the single, but, we didn't know at the time that this song was going to be the one. We kind of collaboratively got together and talked about it, discussed it as a group, and was like, this is probably we had, like he said, we had some other great songs that we recorded, but it's, for whatever reason, this song was a great lead song to come out with. It gave you the energy. It gave you the kind of sing-along pattern. It gave you something that, you can kind of remember, you can vibe to. You driving in your car, you're listening, cooking, cleaning up, or whatever, man, and it's just a good vibe song. I mean, it's not too fast, it's not too slow, it's kind of a mid-tempo song. So, it's one of those songs that, man, it's just a catchy, hook. So I think that is the reason why, the song really, it just moves. I mean, it's just a great lead song to come back from, coming back as a group. It's a great song to come back to. We got some other ones in the works that's going to be, we're going to talk about that one. I'm going to let you go on ahead, but we got some other ones too. But this one is one that's going to be the one to start us out.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, I know there's some more joints in the can. Big L, your thoughts about the single? How do you feel about it?
I was surprised when Jeff introduced it to us, just for the simple fact that dealing with everything that's been going on around the world with the pandemic and everything, it gave us an opportunity to do something that felt good. Like JD said, it was a fun track. It's not too fast, not too slow, but it took your mind off of what was going on around us and allowed us to really, come together and just vibe and create something that was, catchy. And I found myself, like you said, cooking, cleaning, riding in the car. It's one of them things that once we started recording it, I first heard it, it just resonated in my brain. I just kept playing it over and over and was like, yeah, this is nice. So
It's good. Fellas, I'm not going to hold you too much longer. I know I just have just a few more questions that I wanted to ask you about. Jeff, I want to go to you about the single. The single is out now. Congratulations. Where can individuals pick it up at?
Well, it's available on all platforms, your iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, anywhere music can be found, you're going to find this single. So it's distributed on all platforms.
Do you guys have Instagram or anything like that where people can follow you guys and keep up with your movements?
Yeah, we're on all platforms and everything is the official Smooth Approach. That's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everything.
Nice. So for my last question, I wanted to ask you guys, and I want to start with Big L on this one. When fans hear this record, when they hear this single, Big L, what do you want them to come away with?
they're back. I want them to be able to say to themselves, we missed you. You're back, and this is a hell of a way to start the new year, or to make a comeback. If I say a comeback, but I want
JD, same question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want, everybody to be able to take the song and just, enjoy it. I want people to say, wow, I mean, these guys didn't fall off at all. These guys were always here. They were always relevant. And this kind of proves their relevancy. It proves the fact that they can really go, toe to toe with the best of them and make great music, man. I mean, that's what it's about. It's about bringing everybody together, making great music that people can enjoy, vibe to, and just have a good time listening to. So that's what I really want people to when they hear this song, that's the takeaway I want them to get from that song.
Wonderful. Wow. Well, the single is out now, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody Wants My Girl, available on all platforms. Fellas, I just want to thank y'all so much for being here. We're talking to Jeff Type, Big L, JD. Shout out to my man Carrie, who couldn't make it this evening. But thank y'all so much for being here, man. We really appreciate it so much. So I can't wait to hear this. To all those individuals who are watching us right now, please make sure that you go out and get the single by Smooth Approach and check it out, because there is more to come. And of course, this is only part one. This is part one of a very special and exclusive interview. Part two will be coming up because we got an album. They have an album that's coming out that will be released as well. The name of the album is called Can't Tell You. So that's just how it goes. That's just what it is right now. But make sure that you stay tuned. Make sure that you follow them on social media platforms. Once again, this is SATV, the network. I am the music curating specialist, Q Nice. And we thank you guys so much for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. And as always, I'll see you around the world.